Listen, the alcohol industry is a dirty, dark, manipulative industry that wants to bleed you dry. It wants all of your money, and it doesn't care if you drink yourself to death or not. What it cares about is profit. What it cares about is customers for life. What it cares about is maximizing the amount of spend every customer makes. The industry does not care about you. And because it's dark, I have some dark truths for you today. And in this video, we are going over 6 of the darkest truths about alcohol and not drinking. And listen, I just want to say one thing. If you go to AA meetings, you're doing 12 steps, great. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy that you found a solution. But this video probably isn't for you. So if that's you, I'd recommend clicking off this video now because it's going to be uncomfortable. I'm going to be pretty much pulling back the curtain on the illusion of alcohol and helping you see it for what it is. And that might go against some of the things that you might have been taught in 12-step meetings. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. And just before we get into the truths, if you want to get access to a free training that shows you the strangest secret to controlling alcohol, please click the link in the description. You'll put your name and email address in, and then a new super in-depth video training will start playing that really shows you a different method to controlling alcohol. So if you want access to that, click the link down below. And now let's get into the video. The first, and probably for me, the most important dark truth about stopping drinking is that you are not an alcoholic, right? And I know this is why I wanted to say what I said before earlier on in the video, but you're not an alcoholic. Am I saying you don't have a drinking problem? Am I saying that alcohol is not causing massive issues in your life? Am I saying that drinking is going to help you in some way? Am I saying that alcohol is causing you no problems in your life? No. Am I saying that the drinking is a massive issue for you? I'm not trying to discredit the alcohol and discredit the fact that it's ripping your life apart. But what I am saying is that you don't need to give yourself a label that can ultimately become a self-fulfilling prophecy to remove alcohol from your life. We don't have pornaholics. We don't have gambleaholics, but we have alcoholics. And it's like alcohol gets put in this completely different category to every other drug on the planet. You don't see people that have had a crack cocaine addiction walking around saying I'm a crackaholic and I'm going to be a crackaholic for the rest of my life. I was born this way. I have a disease. No, we don't see nicotineaholics. We don't see people that used to smoke walking around with this label. And to me, it's dangerous because if you believe that somehow you are the problem and that you can't be fixed, then what would happen if somebody truly believes that, they internalize it, and they have a slip? They have a couple of drinks one night. Well, hang on, right, so I've had a drink and wait, I'm an alcoholic. That's what I was told. That's what I've been taught. Then what would an alcoholic do if they have a few drinks? Well, they'd blow out. Great, I've got an excuse. Boom. Like I said, if you do the 12-step method and it's working for you, ignore this. Just skip to the next point. My mum goes to AA. She thinks she's an alcoholic, but she also hasn't drank for 20 years. I'm not saying that it's a 100% failure rate to call yourself an alcoholic, do 12-step. No. It works for some people. It ain't for me. I ain't giving myself this label. Just believe me, you don't need to give yourself this label if you want to get control of your own drinking. Can you give yourself that label and succeed? Yes, of course. Do you need to? Absolutely not. The next dark truth, the second dark truth. What do we see when we turn on the TV and we watch a movie and somebody's having some drink? You see confidence. You see charisma. What do you see when you see a advertisement for alcohol? I remember seeing some beer advert once and it was some guy on a mountain and he was like, masculine and strong. Well, this is the next truth. The marketing is a total lie. How many times have you seen somebody drinking a branded alcoholic drink on an advert with a black eye, right? Or with a broken marriage? Or with kids then copying them into adulthood and then drinking the same as their parent? How many times do you see that? How many times do you see an advert with a doctor calling up their patient saying, dude, you've got 5 years left to live. I'm sorry, but the drinking is created cancer in you. Is giving you cirrhosis of the liver. How many times do you see that? Ever? No. Of course not. How many movies have you seen where the owner of an alcohol company puts a specific product placement of their brand of beer, and in the story that person becomes a full-blown heavy drinker that kills themselves? No, they don't put those products on those particular scenes because they don't want you to associate their brand with death, their brand with destruction. I'm telling you, the marketing is horse crap. It is complete nonsense. It's all a lie. But if they were to show you what really happens when people drink alcohol, there'd be no sales. It would dry up. There'd be nothing left. The marketing is a lie. Don't buy it. The third thing that I want to break down is how many times have you told yourself you're not going to drink? 3 days later, you're drinking again. How many times have you woke up with a hangover and just vowed that that was it, never again? In that afternoon, you were drinking again. That's my story. And I've tried to do this so many times. You know, at the end of the day, I've got a lot of willpower. I can do a lot of things. I can sit and make videos talking about not drinking 600 times. I mean, I've got a lot of willpower. So I thought, why don't I use this to not drink every time? It's like getting smacked in the face. Willpower and not drinking are two totally different things. It doesn't take willpower to not drink. Think about it like this. How much will does somebody that's got like a lactose intolerance need to exert to not drink a pint of milk. They know that if they drink milk, bad things are going to happen. They're going to be sat on the toilet all day. So that's it. It's a decision that they've made. They associate milk with pain. The problem is most people do not associate alcohol with pain. They associate alcohol with pleasure. You need to change your worldview. Once you can see alcohol the same way that the lactose intolerant person sees milk, that's when stopping drinking doesn't require willpower. It becomes a logical choice, an easy choice. Now, the fourth truth is this. Alcohol, the stuff that you drink, the stuff that you put into your body, the stuff that destroys every cell that it comes into contact with, is nothing more than diluted ethanol. The same stuff that's toxic, warning, do not consume, not for humans, is the same stuff that people drink. If alcohol was only just discovered tomorrow, nobody would drink it. Nobody. If we lived in a world that didn't have alcohol and tomorrow, boom, it just kind of miraculously came, there is not a person on the planet that would dare put that stuff in their body. It'd be a class A drug. If you got caught dealing it, you'd be getting locked up the same way that a Mexican kingpin gets locked up. You'd be going to jail for the rest of your life. You'd be front page of the newspaper. Evil drug dealer gets 500 years incarcerated. It's nothing more than ethanol, and it's not for human consumption. We just dilute it to make it tolerable. We mix it with sugars. We mix it with different things to mask that disgusting taste. It's the worst tasting thing ever, but it's also a drug. And this may come as a shock to you. You might not be ready to hear this right now. How many of us think that stopping drinking is hard, that it's a challenge, that it's difficult? It's not true. The act of not drinking is so easy. You just don't pick up a drink and you don't put it to your mouth. How is that hard? If I told you that you can't drink milk for the next week, is that going to be hard? It's simple. You just don't pick it up and don't put it to your lips. So, stopping drinking is not hard in any way. But to understand why, we need to go to the sixth and final truth. Your paradigm and your worldview is the most important thing that you have when it comes to getting on this journey of controlling your drinking. Being able to see alcohol for what it is, as a highly addictive, poisonous substance that does absolutely nothing for you, is critical. Because if you see it as something that adds value in your life, it's going to be hard. You're going to need to use willpower. You're going to probably think you're an alcoholic. You've got something wrong with you. All the things that are broken down for you in this video disappears as soon as you see a benefit to drink it. But if you see it for what it is, it's not hard. It's a logical choice. It's an easy thing to do. The same way that it's easy for me to brush my teeth. That's how stopping drinking should feel. How hard is it for you to go and make a sandwich? To go and get some bread, get some butter, get some, fillings, close a sandwich. That's not hard. But technically, it's about as hard as not drinking. That's how it should feel. Stopping drinking should feel the exact same way as making a sandwich does. Because not drinking is easy, it's freeing, and it'll be the best decision that you've ever made in your life. And if you click the video on the screen now, you can learn some of the ways that alcohol is actually killing you.